Alright guys, weekend meetup is over. We got a lot to talk about, I guess. You guys clearly saw the title about why our friends didn't come. We got people asking at the meetup, we got comments, we got all sorts of questions and concerns, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
We'll start off by saying this. Wow. I didn't know what to expect at all, not even in the slightest. We've done many meetups at this point. This one we knew we wanted it to be a little more low-key, simple. We gave everybody a month.
Yeah.
Month and a half to
I think it was a month and a half, like, max.
To prep for it. Normally
it's 6 months.
6 months or more. And so, truly had no idea. We had went to the hotel one day and we're like, how many rooms have been booked? They're like 8. And we're like, wait, we had booked 2 of them. So
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's coming to this. We didn't give enough time. Maybe we made a lot of enemies. I don't know what at this point has truly come from this. We're going to find out here shortly. We were planning truly on not a lot of people. We already knew Paragon was coming. We knew they had a room. We knew Tom and Rhonda had a room.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if we actually knew. I don't think we really knew anyone else. So we were already like, out of the 8 rooms, I already know where 4 of them were coming from. One of them was going to be for Brandon. I'll say this right off the bat with Brandon. He had every intention of coming. We had talked about it a long time ago. I had asked him about it. He was pumped. Just personal reasons on his end that he didn't. I think he would have had an absolute blast.
People were asking about him too.
Oh,
he would have loved it.
Yeah, he would have probably got more attention than he probably could have handled. A lot of people were asking about him and stuff, and he really wanted to come. He just couldn't make it. Again, just, you know, the room was booked and everything.
Yeah.
He was planning on it, but we really didn't. This is the first meetup, I guess. It's not a Crocker meetup. We don't ever want to have a Crocker meetup.
No.
You guys know in the past we've done meetups where it was.
It's more of like a true. This is more of like a meet and greet for YouTube channels, and
Yeah.
it's just completely different. I don't know how to necessarily describe it. Where people like come and set up tables to sell their merch and say, "Hey, make sure you subscribe. Here's my barcode, and here's
almost like a little YouTube convention, if you will."
That's a perfect way to describe it.
Yeah, I know we said at one point it's like, oh, it's like the family reunion or whatever, but I want to be completely honest with you. I never liked any of those meetups. I liked them. Don't get me wrong. I didn't love them, and I loved meeting everybody. I loved all that stuff, but I felt like there were too many bad intentions with everybody. Not everybody, with a lot of people. People would show up just because the first meetup ended up being some like crazy thing that people showed up and were posting and getting subscribers, and it became a show up just to build your channel. Show up just to basically use the event to build your channel.
Which
fully understand.
Yeah, and then again, when you have like best way to describe it, a YouTube convention.
Yeah.
So the second one that I was there.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It does, and we're not hating on anybody that did it.
It is that's
smart business move on those people's end, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's not really the vision
that you had.
No, and I just I don't know. It was a very weird time during all that because it's like the channel started to like build, I guess, and it was like never really done anything like this before, never, and I like partnered up with different people to do it, and then there's more opinions on what it should be, and I kind of personally got a lot of hate for it from other YouTube channels because I didn't put in the effort whenever they wanted effort in certain ways. But I felt like, well, nobody's promoting it. Like, I'm the one promoting it, but you're wanting it to be it became this hassle. It really did. It became like, I'm not here trying to put it on an event. I'm not here trying to make a convention. I'm here just to like who in the world watches. I just want to meet. And
yeah.
I want to hang out with my friends that do YouTube and stuff. And it just happens that that's how you make friends, because we're on YouTube and other YouTubers are doing it. Lucy, calm down. So it just became a thing where it wasn't what I wanted it to be. And then we started dating, and she didn't even know what it was gonna be, but it's overwhelming. We just felt like there was too many bad intentions with it from people.
Which, again, is a different type, different style.
Lucy,
and then just that's kind of is what it is.
Come over here. There you go.
There you go, Lou.
Yeah, it just really.
It's just not something that.
This is not what I wanted.
Yeah.
If y'all been around, y'all know that
Jason line. So.
Yeah. So with that being said, you guys know too. Give me a little drink here. You guys know too that we've had people, not a lot of people, but we've had certain people out to our property before the meetups. We've done all that, had friends out and stuff, and I don't regret that at all. It was a lot of fun and all of that, but it was almost like if anyone ever has family or friends over at your house, even though it's fun, it's
you're talking about like staying, not just come visiting.
Correct.
Yeah.
But like being at the property and being there before the meetup. We've had we've had a group of people out there and stuff, and again, nothing wrong with it, nothing bad. It's just you're already kind of tired. And then it's the same thing if you have a bunch of family over for holidays or whatever. It's like it's fun, but it wears you out. Well, then we would do that and then go to the meetup, and then we'd just be like completely worn out.
It'd be like days of that, and then meetup.
And then a couple days of the meetup.
It's like, whew.
Yeah, so it'd be a lot. And I was like, you know what, for this one, we really don't want that either. Nothing against anybody. If you guys have been watching videos, you know Tom and Rhonda did come out.
That's why I said difference between like coming out, staying.
Correct. Yeah. So Tom and Rhonda came out and we had fun, and I absolutely loved it. It was a blast.
It was a great time. Love watching Tom get excited.
Oh
too.
yeah. For anyone that doesn't know, Tom and Rhonda have been there through thick and thin, and they're the best people ever. I mean, they literally, which is kind of funny, this became a topic at the meetup. We'll talk about it later. Our wedding. There's certain things with stuff that we keep private off of the internet, and we only have certain people there that we truly wanted in the moment and all that stuff, and certain people to be a part of our big day and all that. And well, Tom and Rhonda are massive parts of our life, and have been a massive part of my life for a long time. And so they're a part of big things with this, and one of them is this meetup of doing stuff and have people here. So they came out, and it was a lot of fun. On that, before we get into all the nitty gritty of all the other stuff, just while my mind's on that, people here, everybody knows Irene and Dawn. Irene from Ohio, everyone. Literally, this whole thing was based around her schedule. Just the biggest, I don't even want to call it fan. I don't want to call him fan. Biggest viewer, supporter of the channel and life of the party and all that. Well, Danielle and I already knew. We're like, this is the first time we're ever doing a meetup very, very close to our place. And I'm sure some people maybe Googled and drove by and found out where we lived and all that stuff. But we wanted to surprise, Irene and Dawn, and we brought them out here. And it was perfect. They came out and had a blast, took a bunch of photos. If any of you guys are friends with them on Facebook, they probably posted 800 photos. It was an awesome time, and we had thought about filming it. We really did, and throughout the time, we just want this to be a special moment. And even Irene was like, "Oh man, I would love to have photos, but I don't like. I just want to basically be in the moment." And we're like, "Well, let's be in the moment,
snapping pics.
Yeah, let's be in the moment, but also take some pictures for you to This is something that I feel like you want to remember." So we did stuff like that, and it was an absolute blast. And you guys know Irene was just the life of the party if you watched any of the videos or you were there. But now on the flip side of it, again, we didn't know what to expect going into this. Whenever we first in the live chat found out we were doing a meetup a month and a half ago, as soon as we went to the hotel and made sure the dates were gonna work, and we got
the original dates didn't work.
Didn't work, so we had to move it, and then they both, you know, just it was. Next time we'll plan better. I reached out to some people, and I text people that have been to the meetups before, you know, stuff like that. And I was just like, hey, before I announced that everybody, you guys have been coming before, you know, friends, family, whatever, and send it out there to everybody. And not a lot of response, I guess. Not in a bad way. I'm not upset or anything like that. It's just, I get it.
Last
minute, you don't really know what's going to happen, you know, that type of stuff. And you know, people were asking, well, is this person coming, or this person, or did you invite this person, or whatever. You guys know it was an open invitation to everybody. And I was surprised, I guess, at some people that didn't come, and I very much understand why some people didn't come. I was surprised when certain people actually showed up that I didn't really expect. One of our worries was, clearly we have people out there that don't like us. Will they show up and try to cause a scene, or try to make it weird?
Just wanted we've said it a million times, but just a drama-free, just a hangout. A hangout, no drama. There were a couple people that showed up that
may have said some stuff about us in the past, or may have whatever.
Not may have, but they did.
Kind of maybe said some things that we weren't, I thought weren't really true, but whatever. Kind of surprised to see them there.
But no drama.
Yeah, no one. They didn't say anything to us when we were there. They nothing like that. So we're not saying it. We were just kind of surprised. And then clearly, as you guys saw, if y'all watched, there weren't cameras everywhere. There weren't people at the other meetups. You always had to like watch your back and see, like, you couldn't even have like a real conversation with someone without a camera being in your face, or you know, whatever. Which we understand it at that point what it was. We wanted this to be so low-key and have real conversations with people that maybe get a little deeper than you would want to be put out, because a lot of people there are viewers and not wanting their life on the internet, or they would have their own channel. Or you want to like talk to people that have channels and really get to know them outside of what they don't want to, you know, put on the internet and stuff. And
we did say, you know, maybe we'll have a couple people go live, so that way too, people at home can be a part of it. And then that's what happened. It did work out like perfectly. Yeah,
Tom and Rhonda went live, and again, we don't have to say this a lot of time. We already love Tom and Rhonda, and I told Danielle, I said, if there's ever a host to host a live chat, it would be Tom. Tom is that guy.
Yeah, he's a great host.
Yeah, he used to do. He was a radio DJ back in the day, and he was very good at interviewing everybody. And at one point, we were gonna play. It's called Blitzball, but it's basically like wiffle ball, baseball, if you guys watched. And watch out, Bandit. And you know, all that. And Chrissy came up. She's like, hey, I'm going to go live just for a little bit, and kind of like, this is like a cool moment to show. And I was like, heck yeah, that's awesome. Like, because the baseball part was one of my favorite parts of the whole thing, truly, because I think at that point was the turning point of just let loose. It had already been a full day. Everyone kind of got to know each other. It was a lot of fun. So I honestly only remember a couple of people filming total throughout the whole thing, and not once did I ever turn around and was like, oh, didn't know you were there. You know, it was always, it was very respectful, unless there's a video out there I don't know of at this point. It was very respectful, so everyone who came out and filmed, I can just personally say thank you for making it not weird for everybody. I didn't hear one person come up and complain. I never heard one person come up and complain about anything. No. Other than I wish certain people were here. Yeah. So we're trying to stay on that topic of where these people, you know, where these people were. I'm just gonna say this. I don't know. I truly don't know. Okay, I'll just say this. I do know why Brandon didn't come, and I talked to Jared, my brother, and I knew he had said, I have to see how the weather is, how you know, my parents are feeling, and then also where I'm at on the build with my house. And we're like, we'll book a room for you. We'll have it there ready if you need it. If not, then fully understand. And same thing with Brandon, and they both they couldn't make it. Everyone else, I truly don't know, and that's not in a bad way. That's not
and we know the Junos couldn't make it because
they lied. They went on vacation. We got pictures of them on the beach. They lied. That was not a work trip. No,
it's a joke. But that's on our end. That was our bad. We booked it, and then literally driving home from the hotel, told them, "Hey, it's the States." They're like, "We're out of town."
But we thought because they just were coming back from a trip, and then it just worked out in that part. They were super busy.
Yeah. So next time we will be talking to them first.
But if they can't make it, that's on their end. That's not on our end this time. But everyone else, honestly, I don't know. And I just bring this up as an example. Cold Beer. I reached out to him, and he was like, "Oh, thanks, for the text and all that stuff." A hurricane just came through, and everyone knows he lives down in Houston, and he's got his job, and he's building a property. He's doing all this stuff, and I honestly didn't know if he was going to make it or not. And we saw this big guy walk around the corner in a Cold Beer shirt, and I was like, "Oh my, that's not him. Who is this?"
It's crazy how much they look alike too. Like,
it was crazy. And I literally took a picture. I was like, "Hey, you mind if I take a picture?" I'm trying to think of his channel. Bush.
Something Unbound.
Oh, I'm the worst. We had the sticker.
Yeah.
We played. I know him very well. I just cannot think of the moment.
The channel name.
Yeah. But he came around. I was like, holy cow! Like, first off, awesome that you're supporting Cold Beer.
Is Bushcraft Unbounded or something?
I think that sounds very familiar. And then I sent a picture to Cold Beer. He's like, "Dude, that's 100% my outfit." It was like camouflage shorts, shirt, a big guy, and we do wish Cold Beer was there. But we fully understand. We gave everyone last minute, and then everyone has their own lives going on. And I know Cold Beer would be there if he could. He's been to all the other ones. He's come out here. He's all that stuff. There's quite a few people like that. You guys know we put the videos out. We invited everybody. We did all that. If they showed up, we're very, very thankful. If they didn't, we're very understanding.
It's just with YouTube, you guys like to get out there sometimes and try and twist and turn. So this is what this is about.
Yeah, just trying to clear up certain things. I'm going to try to keep my words good here. She'll correct me if I say it wrong. We fully understand why people didn't come that weren't there, that we wish were there. But we're very grateful, and it made it perfect for the people that were there. The people that showed up made it an event that was amazing. I don't even want to call it an event.
The hangout.
Yeah, we wish people could have been there, but we fully understand. But the people that showed up made it a moment that was perfect. And if the other people could have came, it would have made it even better.
That's right.
The truth of it all is everyone's busy. Everyone has their own thing. I can't think of one bad thing to say about any of it, really, of who came and who didn't come. We were surprised a little bit when certain people showed up, but it was still a great time, and there was nothing brought up to me that made it weird or awkward or whatever.
I think the only thing that was brought up was somebody had mentioned that we're not subscribing to some people's channels that were there. And
because people were going around talking to each other about the channel, subscribe and all that stuff.
And we were a little bit busy.
Yeah.
And then also, again, that's not...
It really wasn't the purpose, the intent.
The intent behind this wasn't a grow a channel.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know.
Yeah, to us, it was literally to hang out, and to each their own. If they showed up and were, networking or making friends or whatever. But to us, it was just to hang out. And one thing, why it's on my mind, again, we had no idea what to expect. Not a clue. And the moment we walk in, we look down the hall, and there's a young couple kind of walking towards us. and they like wave, and I'm like, they have the same shirt on. I'm just gonna assume maybe they're here for the meetup. If they're waving at us, maybe there's someone behind us, but I wave back.
I didn't wave because it's like,
yeah,
maybe this is because again there's a softball thing there too.
But we didn't know who was there.
We don't know who was here for what. But
yeah, and so like I waved, and then we kind of checked in and went up to our room and stuff. Then we came back down the lobby, and they were sitting there in the lobby, and we kind of like, you don't want to walk up to someone
like,
not
are you
know.
Here?
Are you here for the thing that we're doing? They're like, no, get out of here. What are you doing? I don't even know you. So we came up, and an awesome couple. I can't. Why am I blank? Tyler or Taylor? Tyler and Shay. I'm sorry, guys. It's a long weekend. Y'all know exactly who y'all are. They were there, and we talked to them, and they were like, you know, a little nervous, a little shy. They didn't have a channel. They felt a little. They were like, we feel a little like outcast because we don't have a channel or anything. We're like, no, like you don't need any of that. And they ended up being some of my favorite people that were there. I had a blast with them.
They fully embraced.
Oh.
They went and got some Bristow shirts, so like that.
They got
awesome.
other Oklahoma shirts.
OSU shirts.
Yeah, they did it all. They drove around. They checked everything out. They did all of it, and they did everything that we hoped people would. They were the definition of why we put this on, and fully took advantage of it, and did the full thing. I mean, it was awesome. And then I personally hung out with them a lot, played cornhole and baseball and did all that stuff, and really truly got to know them. And Debbie, she flew in from, I'm trying to remember.
Carolina.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. North, South Carolina. Had a heck of a time getting here, and then a massive shout out to her. She was almost like I don't know the right word. I can't think of the right word.
Well, so if you guys remember from the Shooting Fest, she helped us sling merch.
Yeah, without asking. She just like.
And then on this one too, it's like she kind of almost like took it upon herself. If people walked into C&J's or whatever, just like not really knowing what to do, she's like, hey, come sit over here.
Yeah, she kind of like saw it and was just like, hey, made people
welcoming.
Yeah, the welcome committee, we'll call it. I don't know. But everybody, from what I saw, I never saw, and if I missed it, I apologize. I didn't see anybody awkwardly by themselves, and no one looked out of place. One thing Danielle and I said was, hopefully this isn't every time you do something, you want to be as big and grand as it possibly can. But our whole thing, and we've said it many times, we hope it is a smaller thing, that it's easier to talk to people and all that stuff. And one of our big things was, we want to make it a thing where we know we talk to every single person there. And at C&J's, there were people that showed up to C&J's that didn't go to the hotel. We were pleasantly surprised at how many, we'll call it local, within the Oklahoma area, showed up to C&J's. It was like, oh, I live here, and there was quite a bit. Even there, there were people that showed up just to eat, come up, say hi, and then left. It was wild.
Yeah, to wrap it up with that, it really turned out better than we could even.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and again, if we missed anybody, we apologize, but I think we hit it with everybody there and got to talk to them and get to know people, and stuff like that. So it was so cool that go. It was so cool that even the last day, well, not last day, I guess not. It was Saturday night. People were like, all the local people, we got to do this like once a month. We all got to go to C&J's and just kind of have a, like a little mini get together every month. Like it was so fun and comfortable that people want to hang out more and do it more and get to know. And I think people made new friendships. I know people for sure that I will want to talk to on like maybe not a daily basis or anything like that, but like on an ongoing basis. And it was awesome. And for everyone who couldn't make it, I truly hope you can make it to the next one, and if you couldn't make it, I truly hope the people that did film, you got to feel a part of it. We saw comments that were saying, thank you so much for filming. I felt like I was able to feel like I was there, you know, and stuff like that. And I'm very thankful, more than anyone would ever know, for not jamming cameras down people's faces, for not making it about just trying to build your channel or whatever. This was my favorite one, truly. And it would have been even better if some of those people that we were hoping to come out could have.
Yeah.
But
we understand.
We fully understand, and for everyone that came out, y'all made this so freaking special.
Thank you.
This was, like, I didn't want it to end. Normally, I'm going to try to say this without sounding bad. Normally, I'm just like, I want to just go sleep.
Yeah.
I want to go, I was dead tired.
In
but
the previous
meetups,
we've had to kind of take a break, go to the hotel room just to kind of like take a breath.
Yeah.
And it's nothing bad or anything like that. It's just
it was just overwhelming.
Like overstimulating, a lot going on. This, just perfect.
Yeah.
And then to thank you so much to the people who did make it that way.
Absolutely. It was a blast. I absolutely loved it. To wrap it up, we could have done this video in 1 minute for the what was the title, but we didn't want to focus on who wasn't there. We want to focus on who was there. And for, you know, again, I don't know why certain people didn't make it, and I'm not gonna ask. It's not my business to ask. It's not my business to worry. They got people. Everyone has their own lives, and everyone has stuff to do. And maybe some people didn't want to come because they didn't want to be around us, and they don't have to tell us that. Maybe,
and like, that's okay.
Yeah, maybe some people were too busy. Maybe some people didn't even know this was going on. We did it in such a Crocker fashion. We did it last minute with no planning. We have no hard feelings with anybody, but everyone that showed up, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. Everyone that showed up and gave us wedding presents and anything like that, like, thank you so much. It's like, I don't know, we never want people to have to spend their money on us, or you know, feel like they need to or whatever, but it feels so nice that people actually care and think about us and said the nicest thing, and
support this marriage.
That's what I was about to say. One of my favorite things was people were coming up and just being like, y'all's wedding video that y'all did, I've watched over and over and over, and it made me cry, and I'm just so happy for you. I just see y'all so happy.
It was perfect for you guys. It's like, thank you. Just thank you.
It felt great. And for, you know, people that were there were like, just watching y'all be relaxed here with everybody. Like, it felt so good to see that. It felt so good to see that y'all are just happy and genuinely happy, and for people to truly care enough to say that to us and to think that, it means the world to us. And my expectations, I had no idea what to think with any of this. I thought there was going to be about 4 people showing up, and I would have been just as happy. But everyone that showed up and made it what it was, I am very, very grateful and very happy, and I wouldn't change a thing. The only thing was, I wish some people could have made it, but we fully understand. It was an absolute blast. We appreciate all you guys that let us take some time off and not build and post videos and do all that, and fully support us getting, you know, this time of not working. But to wrap it up, and I wish I would have talked about this earlier and not way in the video, this time, whatever you want to call it, meetup, whatever, lit such a fire under our butts and made us truly realize why we do what we do, and to kind of bring it back. It's not, oh, we gotta build, oh, we gotta do this. There's so much more behind it, and it literally lit a fire under our butts, and I truly think you guys will see that in the videos to come. And it was just such a great reminder of everything we needed to remember. We don't need to go into full detail with all that, but it truly was a great reminder. And we've already had some really good talks since then about how we want the channel to go and be and do and all of that.
You just kind of, I mean, everybody understands. Sometimes you're going through the motions. You start doing things.
You get lost in what it really is.
And then it's like, you got to remember the true meaning behind it all. And
and this was
remind us.
This was a massive reminder. So we appreciate everybody. We hope next time when we give way more
we're going to get more in advance.
Yeah, more in advance, that all y'all guys can come if you can. And for everyone that can't come, we fully understand. Everyone that didn't come, we fully understand. And it was awesome. It was perfect, and very, very grateful for all of it.
If you made it through all this rambling.
Yeah. Comment down below.
If you followed Jason's ramble, say I followed.
Yeah.
But also there is another thing we want to bring up that we didn't even know would be a thing. Our marriage.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I don't know what to do.
So some things we do like to keep private. I know it's weird, the fact that we put our lives on the internet.
I kind of touched on it a little bit.
Yeah. We put our lives on the internet. But there are certain things that we want to keep private, and it's crazy that...
Or not even just private, just more of just like... keep it intimate to ourselves. It doesn't. Everything doesn't have to be out there.
And then, like, we understand too. People watching, they do get invested, and you feel like you need to know every single detail.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound rude or anything, but you don't need to know every single detail about things.
I think y'all understand.
Yeah. But with that, like, with us keeping some things a little bit more like close to our heart.
Yeah.
It makes, I guess, some people think it's not real.
Yeah. We are truly married, even though we just have silicone rings on. I'll just say this.
I think there was also a confusion because we had said courthouse, but it wasn't the courthouse.
It was just getting the marriage license is what we were trying to.
And it wasn't even like a wedding. We just had our paperwork signed, and we wanted the people on it.
Yes.
Some people that were close to us.
Yes, absolutely.
And there's just something that we kept close to our hearts, and it was just...
And if people think our marriage isn't real, I don't know how that affects you. Yeah. But we know the truth, and we're not here to try to convince anybody anything. I told Danielle I'm at the point in my life where I just do not care no more. And I think all of y'all that have been around knew for the longest time, this is something she had to really, really learn in our relationship, is I always feel like I have to explain myself. I always feel like I have to, even for whatever reason, I feel like I have to explain it, whether I'm right or wrong or whatever. And at the end of the day, and I want no one to take offense, and I think no one will that truly loves and cares about us, this is the only thing that matters to me. And at the end of the day, as long as she's happy and we're happy, I don't care about anything else. And I mean that in the nicest possible way. This is everything. Once we got married, our life changed, and at the end of the day, it's us. And as long as we make the decisions that are for us and with the best intentions for ourselves, I don't care if someone gets happy, upset, sad, mad, whatever. As long as we're good, that's all that matters. And I truly think anyone that fully cares about us would agree with that. And anyone that's been married would fully agree. Anyone, whatever. When you get married, now that is it. That right there, us, is what matters. And we're just very thankful that a lot of y'all get that. And the support and stuff. So I have no idea how long this video is. Truly appreciate all y'all watching. We are getting back to the grind. You guys will see that. And I think, again, we fully remember why we started this journey, doing this stuff. And I think you guys will be able to see that. So we made it through. I don't know when the next one will be. But all I know is we'll give y'all a heads up.